So talk to me about that. Do you think that you do agree with Marco Rubio?
Not entirely. Look at it this way. Suppose Speaker Gingrich and Santorum and everybody drops out and just hand it over to Mitt Romney. Then that means that the administration would then be able to start to destroy Mitt Romney earlier rather than later. At least right now, they're not exactly sure how things are going to go. Secondly, I don't think a full fight is as big a disaster as he might say that it is. Look at the uncertainty that's been throughout this whole primary process and look at the enthusiasm gap. I think that those are two big factors that need to be taken into consideration. I'm not defending Speaker Gingrich's position to stay in. I'm just simply saying I think that there are just as many advantages as there are disadvantages both ways.
Some folks would say that the reason that Mitt Romney's unfavorable numbers are as high as they are right now in a couple of polls that we saw this week is that the fight goes on, and it is that he hasn't been able to sort of square off one-on-one with President Obama. You don't agree with that?
I don't agree with that. I mean, you got to look at the base. The base is saying that they are not ready to unite around Mitt Romney yet. Otherwise, he would have sewn this thing up already. And so I think that that is something that he is going to have to address. I think if he does get the nomination, then I believe that in order for him to put some excitement back into the base, he should adopt some of the ideas of all of the other candidates that have been in this primary process. Good solutions and good ideas will help people rally around whoever the ultimate nominee is.
Interesting. I do want to get your thoughts, Mr. Cain, on the Trayvon Martin case, which has just caught the attention. All of everybody in this country really is talking about this case. When you look at it, and Congressman Bobby Rush on the floor of the House of Representatives yesterday in a hoodie and sunglasses making his own statement about all of this. He was chided for that and escorted away from the podium. What do you think about how all this is being handled?
The first question is, where's the investigation? If Congressman Rush wanted to bring attention to the right problem, where's the investigation? All of the swirling rhetoric is not helping. This was a tragic, unfortunate death of a young man. The investigation should be the thing that would bring all of the facts and put them on the table before people continue with all of the swirling rhetoric. The second bad thing about this, where's the Justice Department relative to the threats being made by the Black Panthers relative to this particular case? I'm not defending him or anybody else. I'm just saying we have due process in this country. It generally starts with an investigation. We don't have the investigation of the facts. And secondly, when an organization or some people make some direct threats on any other citizen without having been tried, that's illegal, and the Justice Department ought to be doing something. We ought to be just as outraged about that as we are about the death of this young man.
Yeah, you bring up an excellent point. The Zimmerman family, we haven't seen George Zimmerman since this whole thing started, and the new Black Panther Party has said that they basically want his head, and that is something that needs to be investigated alongside all of this as well. But Herman Cain, thank you so much.